Money, money, cash goes. 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 Money, cash goes.
This is Money Cash Goes, where we seek out expert advice and strategies on how to make money and spend cash to accomplish our goals. I am Lemont Walker, and today we have Dorian with Group 82 Music, a songwriter, rapper, producer, multiple things in the entertainment sector, man. He's here to drop some real jewels on us. How you doing today, Dorian?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good. Been a long time, man, since we was down in Bloomington, man.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm gonna have to start it off by saying I do know him personally, so everything that he's gonna say is already verified. I don't think they heard it. We definitely know Dorian knows something about making some money. A little bit about his business career. In 2018, Dorian founded the music consulting firm Group 82. In October of 2018, Group 82 received a national recognition from the United States Chamber of Commerce for their economic success. Dorian, we're going to start off by, again, I guess we'll go right back to Indiana, man. How were those Indiana days?
Man, well, you know, being from Fort Wayne, I'm from Indianapolis, man. You know, the number one thing in Indiana, especially in our community, is if you can hoop or not. You know, and so that was the dream. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the NBA. And my dad was really into basketball, even though we were built like football players. And for me, man, that was just the goal. And being from Indiana, you know, about time you in eighth and ninth grade, you have a pretty good idea of this going to be in your future. And in ninth grade, I came to a realization that it probably wasn't going to happen. And I kind of lost where I was a little bit. I was always into music, you know, but being from Indiana, again, like nobody really had made it out as a rapper. We had like Babyface make it out. He's one of the greatest producers and R&B New Jack swingers of all time, but it just wasn't real. So, you know, I was just floating in high school, man. I mean, I was cool. I wasn't doing anything crazy, like typical stuff, but I was just floating, waiting to graduate. I had a great family, had a great upbringing. And I got down to IU, man, and we got down there and, you know, just started kicking it because I realized very early that college was a hustle. And I knew that they wasn't really going to get me where I wanted to go. But I was playing the game, you know, 18, 19 years old, don't really want to disappoint your parents, don't want to disappoint your family, your church family, nothing like that. So I was just down at IU having the time of my life and just doing just enough to get C's and sometimes B's, you know. So just kept going, man. And by the end of my college career, I realized I love basketball too much. I couldn't just like give it up. So I decided, man, I wanted to coach. And so I just started reaching out to a bunch of NBA teams and trying to get in a video room as an unpaid video intern. And I had a couple of looks like San Antonio Spurs and at the time it was the Seattle Supersonics. Even when they became the Thunder, they reached out to me in the Miami Heat. But, you know, nothing ever came from it. So I ended up coaching college basketball. Did that for a while, man. Really enjoyed that. But that business showed me the power of ownership. Because if you look, when we were in college, Lemont, like the same coaches that was at the top then, they the same coaches now. It's been 15 years. And some of them dudes have been coaching, I'm 36. Some of them dudes have been coaching since before we were alive. Like Jim Boeheim's been at Syracuse forever. I think Coach K took Duke's job in like 1986. So I realized, like, you know, it's going to be a while before I get a chance to lead one of these big programs. And I just didn't have the patience for that with the way technology was advancing, man. And so I had to start from scratch. I spent my whole 20s trying to coach. And basically, I just learned a bunch of lessons in leadership and decided I got to control my own life. And so I decided to start a business, man. And, you know, music was the lowest hanging fruit because I always had been good at writing, always been kind of musically inclined. But now the technology caught up. You can do everything on your phone, everything on the iPad, everything on a MacBook. If you really lock in and talk to yourself off of YouTube and some of the other free resources, you know, you can really make a living off of this. And that's what I did, man. And, you know, it worked out for me.
Man, that's amazing. The one thing I will say, he's telling the truth when he's talking about basketball in Indiana. And I can tell you one thing: you can't tell a person from Indiana they can't hoop, and if they can't hoop, you can't tell them they don't know anything about basketball. And
Where on everything.
from where we come from, I will say it is truthful that the best hoopers do come out of Indiana, and I've been across the country and saw a lot of players. I haven't coached and I haven't played, but I may say the best all around hoopers. You know, if you need some D, some boys that's gonna play hard, some boys that's gonna shoot that thing. Hey, Indiana has them. But Dorian, with you and your career in basketball and coaching, and I heard you say the power of ownership, and definitely what you went to in business. What led you to actually make that jump from basketball into the music or the entertainment industry?
Yeah, going back to that, man, ownership. I wanted to control my life, you know, and you know me personally, man. Like our culture, like all of us, we were first generation college students, so we were down at IU just every day turning water into wine, you know. And I realized very early that like we were way behind. Like we were way behind. And I'm like, the only way we gonna catch up, man, is if we start owning our own stuff. And when I was coaching, I didn't own nothing. I didn't own a school. I didn't own a team. I didn't own nothing. So I basically had to ask for a job every year, which everybody else calls networking or calls interviewing or calls creating relationships. I call it begging, because I had no control and I had to depend on somebody who wasn't of my culture, who wasn't of my ilk, to decide if he liked me enough or not to give me a job where I could provide for myself. My first job, salary job, as a college basketball coach. I was director of basketball operations at Jacksonville University down in Florida, and I was making $22,000 a year. And I was the highest paid ops guy in our conference. It's the same conference as Mercer and Florida Gulf Coast and North Florida. Some of them dudes are volunteers. It's just a crazy game, man. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. So the fact that I wanted to own and create my own thing, and that I really learned with the music business, when you own your masters, when you get those publishing checks, you get those royalty checks, they come every month, and then you build your brand. And looking at the guys that we looked up to, like a Jay-Z, a Nas, a Kanye, a Tupac, a Biggie, a Jeezy, a 50, a T.I., a Ludacris, like all those dudes were more than just rappers. They were able to become real entrepreneurs. I mean, Jay-Z right now is a civil rights leader. This man's on the board of Square. Like, that's crazy. But you don't get that unless you bring something to the table. And our culture brings something to the table in every capacity of business. And so I was like, man, I've been given this gift. I was born black. I was born male. I was born 6'1". And I'm about 250, 260 right now. I got a loud voice. People listen to me, and I'm musically inclined. Like, who am I to deny my own gift? I'm at least give it a shot because I ain't want to live in regret.
Man, you owe it to people, man, because you are great. I may say, coming from where we come from, Indiana, and then being down at Indiana University, 55,000 students at the time when we were down there. About 3,500 of us was black. So when you say we're behind, man, we were behind in a lot of things as far as knowledge as a people, but just in numbers and network that we can get with down in Indiana, we were limited. And a person like myself, I will say that I didn't take full advantage of networking just because I was pro for my people. And I had a lot of fun with a lot of things that I was doing, but it was from not having that knowledge. I think it went kind of in a different way, being praised for the wrong things when we should have been doing. I should have been taking that Mark Cuban route down there in Indiana.
Swear, all of us. We was already doing it though. That's the thing. Like when I hear Mark Cuban talk on Shark Tank, he owned the bar and all that. Bro, we was already throwing parties. We was already making money.
Yes.
We should have just got an LLC and just really did it, but we didn't know any better.
Facts, man. I want to get into a little bit a personal story of mine. You were coaching, saw you was coaching down there in Florida and things like that. And then all of a sudden I see a Facebook post that you packed up your car and you was moving to California to start your rap career. Man, threw me off. And I said, man, what's going on with this? Tell me that story right there, your mindset that made you go from, all right, fuck it. I'm done with music. I'm done with basketball. I'm going to Cali to be a rapper. Tell me about that.
I was about to call you your street name, but you know, man, um, bro, when I first started rapping, man, because like nobody knew, like, and you know me personally, but I really felt like, I was in the closet as a rapper. Like I had to hide, like it was a secret. Like I couldn't tell anybody because I didn't want to be judged. And so that Facebook post was like my coming out, and I was nervous because I was like, "Yo, people about to start slandering me," and I knew I was thinking about y'all, people that like knew me back in college and stuff, because like y'all didn't know me as that. Y'all knew me as like wild duck, getting on girls, drinking, having a good time, hooping. And so what it was, man, I was working in Indianapolis, and my dad had moved to LA, and I ain't had no kids at the time, and I'm just like, you know what? I just turned 30. No, I was 31, I'm sorry. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it now. I gotta take this chance once again, not living life in regret. I didn't want to look back. And so I had my apartment, I sold everything. If it didn't fit in my car, it wasn't going, and I packed up and I moved my stuff and I drove. It's crazy to think about that, man. I drove by myself from Indianapolis to LA to Hawthorne where my dad lived, and posted up with him for 3-4 months where I got my own place. But it was liberating. It was freeing. I had moved around a lot before as a coach, so I was used to it. But this is different. Like when I got to LA and I'm on, Inglewood Boulevard and I see Rosecrans, I'm bumping Kendrick the whole way there. I'm bumping Dre, I'm bumping Snoop, I'm bumping the game. Not just all types of stuff. It's a 3-day drive. But man, I just knew something was pulling me there. I wasn't forcing it. Like I'm a very spiritual person in that regard. Like wherever the gravitational pull takes me, I don't fight it. And it was pulling me to the West Coast. And I went out there, man, and it's LA is not a game. It is not a game at all. But I was always taken care of. Even when I was like sleeping in my car, I didn't have furniture, I had to sleep on the floor. I still was always taken care of. So I knew that I made the right decision. But man, I knew people wouldn't get it, but I knew, I said, you know what? Give them 4 years, because that was 2015, so 2019. I said, give them 4 years. They're gonna look back and be like, damn, like how the hell Duck do this?
I'll tell you this: 4, 5, however many years you want to say, man, you did it. You've done it, and you're very successful in what you're doing, man. I commend you right now, man. I applaud you. From my own stance and what I see and what I've been seeing and how you came in. You can't tell me right now, especially since I know you personally. Ain't nobody in the game hotter than you, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that true support is
Drake
serious.
Just dropped the EP. That man Drake just dropped the EP. He got the number 1, number 2, number 3 spot, but I'm coming for it. But yeah, but I appreciate it, bro. I really do, man. It's just, like I had to really, really just decide, man, this is what that I was gonna do. And YouTube, man. YouTube is the best teacher I ever had. Better teacher than high school, better teacher than all that student loan money that we spent at IU. YouTube literally changed my life, man.
Man, YouTube is amazing. I'm gonna get into that in a hot second. I want to talk about, before we get into that, man, didn't True Support chart on iTunes?
Yeah, we went number 1 on iTunes.
Man, come on, man. You topping, you coming to the top of the charts on iTunes. You got in your car and moved to Cali. You broke all the barriers of saying if you're over 30, you can't be successful in the music business. But now, my ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond. Man, that's known worldwide, man. Come on, man. Hey, man, that's worldwide. To me, what you've done when you made that decision with your music career, you did it. But what you also did is you own your career, and you took strategies that you learned personally, put them on your career, show that they work, and now you offer those services with Group 82 Music. Tell us a little bit about Group 82 Music and what you're doing over there, because when you talk about YouTube, when I think of YouTube, I think of you now. Now, you're not just learning from YouTube, you're teaching now, because you're giving jewels out daily, man, on your Instagram, on your YouTube. Give us a little information about Group 82 Music and what you guys do.
Yeah, man. So, when you're trying to make it as an artist, like I named all those artists who inspired me, after a while, you start seeing like, man, like Rockaware and 50 Cent had the video game and the shoes, and they all had liquor companies. And like I said, Jay-Z's on the board of Square. I'm like, how does that happen? Why does that happen? Is it just because they're entrepreneurs? And what it is like, you got to move a lot of units to be able to live off your music on its own. And now with us with streams, at that time, this is 2000, I'd say 16, 17, 1 million streams is about $4,000. So when I crossed the 1 million streams mark, like I cried, but I cried happiness, but I was looking, I'm like, bro, like it took a lot of work to get to 1 million streams. 1 million people listen to my songs. It's amazing. But now I can't live off no 4Gs. Even with the publishing checks coming, that's still 5,000-6,000, but that's 1 month of expenses. In LA, that's like 2 weeks. And so I'm like, man, nah, I gotta find some other way to finance this. And everybody keeps talking about shows and they talking about merch. And I want people to really know this. I know you guys some artists locked in. I was working the whole time. It wasn't like, I was just doing the music. No, I was working the whole time. I started off driving Uber, and I ended up working at a university as an admissions rep. I'm living in LA, so I was making about $70,000 a year. So I would pay my bills, I would invest, I would pay off some debt, and I would put the rest of my money into my music. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't stay at this job. I got to leave. And I looked, I was like, okay, I'm making about $5,000 a month for my job. So that means I would have to get close to 1 million streams a month to match that. That's crazy. Like that, it's not crazy, but as an independent artist, I know how much work a million streams is, and that's a lot of work. So I had to find other ways. So, social media is something that I didn't particularly care for because everybody was on there for entertainment, something worried about who's smashing who. I'm not into any of that. But I realized too that it's a marketing platform and the eyes and ears are there. And so I really started studying people, man, that were educating other folks on the music business or just in entrepreneurship. And I would go on my lives and just talk to people, just have conversations, ask questions. People would come into my lives on Periscope. And I realized how many people didn't know the music business. I knew way more than like 99% of people who have been doing this for 10 years. So they kept asking me questions every day. I'm like, man, listen, I don't mind helping. I'm not about to help y'all for free. Like after a while, like I got to get paid. And so there was also this disconnect in the industry where if you wanted to get something done musically, there was no one-stop shop. Like let's say I need to get a cover art done. I need to get a logo. I need to get a biography written. I need to get a Wikipedia page from that we offered, and I need to get Spotify playlist places. Like you would have to search on the internet for at least an hour and a half to find reputable sources, as opposed to just a one-stop shop. And it was really annoying. So I was like, man, there needs to be a company that does all of this. So I said, why don't I just start it? Because I already had everything in place. I already had my own graphic designer who I found. I already knew how to write bios. I had a Wikipedia page myself, so I handled that. And then with Spotify playlists, and at the time, 2016, I really got into that, learning the ins and outs of that, and I ended up acquiring 6 playlists. And so I was like, man, you know what? I'm about to start this company. And I used Instagram and I used Facebook at the time, then eventually YouTube to market the company to help artists take care of the things they need taken care of and to help them get to 1 million streams on Spotify. And, because I'm me, and I'm not saying in an arrogant way, I'm just saying because I'm genuine online, like I talk like how I talk, I act like how I act, ain't no fake it. If I don't know something, I don't say it. My audience really connected and they gravitated towards that, and then Group 82 Music took off and it got to the point where instead of me making 5 G's a month for my job, I was bringing in 10, 11,000 a month from Group 82 Music, and I was able to leave my job and pay for benefits and provide for my family.
This is Money Cash Goes, where we seek out expert advice and strategies on how to make money and spend cash to accomplish our goals. And if you are not taking notes right now, Dorian is telling you exactly what he did and what he's doing that has changed his career. I want to get into a little bit. You talked about how you didn't like social media, and the people that's listening have to, they may have to disregard us for a little bit, because this is not just an interview. It's not just Money Cash Goals. This is us getting, catching back up a little bit. In
Yep.
2002, 2003, when Facebook started hitting hard, the only way you could get on Facebook is if you had an EDU, right? So it's only college students on Facebook.
Yep.
We're down there
Yep.
at Indiana University. My philosophy was this. I didn't like social media. Of course, I did Black Planet. Shout out to Black Planet back in the day, but I didn't like social media too much. I was turned off because, to me, and Dorian, I don't know what you were thinking. To me, I got tired of seeing dudes with, I would say, they call them bad now, with fine females that they met off the internet. I used to be like, I can't believe this corny dude just got with this fine chick. But the way he got with her is because he got in them DMs early when it was just inboxing on Facebook. And I was like, oh, yeah. So if a girl's messing with a dude off that, I don't even want to mess with. See, I thought I was too hot for TV back then.
Yep. Hey.
And
talk to him.
Yes. But now social media is the plug. And I want you to get into, what it's done for you as far as what it's done, for your career, and not just getting that million streams for that $4,000, but how you getting that forever money because of this new age and this technology right now.
Yeah, I mean, you and that's why we connected when we was in school, because real recognize real, and I recognize y'all early, because I mean, how people from Fort Wayne are, man, especially back then. All y'all thought that y'all was from Big Stuff. Well, I ain't like a lot of y'all. But, there was a select few, including you, that I really rocked with. And that was the same thing. It was like, I talk to girls in person. Like, I go take that risk of getting rejected, but you're not going to reject me because, I'm me. Like, so it's, when I started seeing that online, I'm like, okay, she's a lame and he's like a coward, and then just like the same way I deal with a lot of stuff, I'm like, man, stop judging and start adapting. Everything is not going to stay the same, but there is some elements of this. So, I'm on Facebook connected with my friends and stuff and like family. But like you said, it was just like a college student. And so it wasn't really mainstream like that. Once Facebook went public, got their IPO, everybody, it just blew up. It went everywhere. So now you can no longer hide your Facebook account. You can no longer have this secret social media life. And so I was coaching at that time. So I was kind of hands off on it. I was like, listen, I'm not about to come on here and say nothing, because a lot of people were getting fired. They wasn't getting jobs because they Facebook, whatever. But once I came back to it, as things kind of caught up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all these things, I was like, listen, if you're yourself and you're authentic and you're real and you're not hiding, people gravitate towards that. And, you got to look at these platforms as a video game. That's how I look at it. Because I think for us in our generation, because we're the geriatric millennials, but we were the primary Facebook generation, we were tying our self-worth into social media. And people like me and you, we didn't get off on stuff like that. Like, ain't no website gonna tell me who I am. Like, use my French, but like, I'm that nigga regardless, But for other people, they needed that validation. So people kind of kept that mentality where their social media determine who they are, the amount of likes they get, the amount of comments they get, the amount of followers they get, if they got a blue check. I don't care about none of that. I care about getting sales. And I care about impacting people's lives. And so I look at it from a content creator perspective. What value am I giving? And that made me start liking social media, because it's a platform that I can use to do something I like to do, which is teach. And so I teach about the music business. I teach about entrepreneurship, and I give value. Every post I think about, what value are they getting from this they can take with them? And that's my strategy. And that made me start liking social media, and it started getting me paid.
Everyone, if you need to get in contact with Dorian, all his links will be in the description. Man, Dorian, what I will say for myself, a personal take, you definitely inspired me. A lot of people don't know that I do different things in music and entertainment. I like to be an executive producer. I don't like to really be out in the front, but I had three shows about 2.5 years ago. I had three shows, three podcasts, and I had the three different sets of people that was going to do it. And I went to a network to go get some studio time. Long story short, by the time I left the media, by the time I left the meeting, I was a part of the network. But what I did was stop what I was doing. And now Money Cash Goals is out 2.5 years later. That whole time that I was working with another network, working on their shows, producing shows, doing things, limited, had ownership, but limited to what I can do because it wasn't mine. And I just kept seeing you just go and go and go. And if one thing wants someone to know, if they watch your videos, you're telling people to get started today. And that's one of our slogans around here at Money Cash Goals. How do I get started and how can I start doing it today? So I would say, man, you definitely inspired me, man. I thank you for that. And I appreciate you right now for that, man. And anybody out there, if you want to get into the entertainment sector or business, Dorian has the knowledge for you. Group 82, you guys, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Nah, I really appreciate that, man, because, I used to think about that because I know, like, once we leave college and we start moving around, thank God for social media because we got a chance to stay connected with each other. Everybody did. And, like, I wasn't doing anything to stunt, but I wanted people to see my growth. I wanted y'all to see the videos where I got 3 views and the sound's terrible and I look terrible. And like I wanted people to see that to speed up now where it's like, yo, every video he posts on Instagram gets 10,000 views. Like he got videos on YouTube that got millions of views, So I wanted to see that because when we were in college, man, Dr. Gary Sales, who was like the leading black sports media, sports marketing and management professor at IU, he was a part of the 100 Black Men. And they were trying to start like a collegiate 100 chapter at IU. And I remember like I was the president and I did it and I was BS. And it wasn't enough. Like I didn't like this. I was doing too many other things. But I went to a couple of 100 Black Men meetings. And their slogan is, what they see is what they'll be. And that always stuck with me, man, because, us growing up, I had my dad. And he was in the military. He got out. He was in the FAA. So I wanted to do that aviation stuff. But that wasn't me. And then what else did I want to do? I wanted to hoop because of Michael Jordan. I was in the music because that's what I kept seeing. And so, like, of course, I watched the Cosby Show, so I want to be a doctor. Everything that I saw that I could relate to, that made me want to do it. So I knew anybody who was real, who wasn't no hater, if they see me grind, it's going to motivate you to do what you want to do. So I really appreciate you doing that, man, because that was part of the reason I kept boasting.
Shout out to G Sales, man. You mentioned G Sales. That is a for real brother right there. And me, myself, I could slap myself so many times for not, taking full advantage of being around him. My first major was sports marketing and management through the School of Hyper down there. And I was actually, to tell you the truth, Dorian, you probably know, I was kind of touched when Brent Coyle got that internship with EA Sports.
Yo, everybody was hot. Brent was cool though. Shout out Brent gave me his, man. He gave me his EA Sports position after that he left. So yeah, everybody. And for people that don't know, if y'all young, you're like, yo, EA Sports, like, bro, listen, 2K was trash when we was in college.
Facts.
Okay, like EA Sports, Madden, Live was everything. So man, this man was the EA Sports rep on campus. He had gear. He had free games. He had shoes, man. He was the man, and he gave that job to me. Once again, something that I tricked off. So yeah, man. Shout out Brent.
Shout out Brent, man. Shout out to G Sales and Brent. But the thing is about that major, what it does make you do, it makes you get a minor in business. And I should have just kept going with the minor. I switched over to business. Didn't know how many people they take a semester. We're not gonna get into the B school at IU. Switching to the B school mid college career. But back to what we was talking about. You have the ebook out. You got Group 82 music with services. You got your YouTube channel. What's next for you guys?
Man, I'm not the person that likes talking about stuff when they get out, but this is something that I'm really working on. I'm actually got to work on it too when I get off of here. But I got a class coming, because I've been giving out so much free information, which I don't mind. I really don't. But one thing that I know is when you get out a bunch of free information, you start attracting people that just want free information. You ever been out with like your mom or your aunties or your grandma, and they see random stores in the mall giving something free away, and they have to go over there and grab it. Like, grandma, like, you don't even like this store. It's free. I'm going to take it. Like, that's the mentality people have when it comes to social media, which ain't nothing wrong with that. You're going to get that. But in this industry, there's a lot of people that just want the free information and they're not going to apply it. They're not going to execute. And it can kind of pollute the pond a little bit. So I don't want the really serious artists to get lost because I was a very serious artist. And I feel like I didn't have a home on the internet with anybody, so I had to create my own. So I want them to still feel connected to me. I want the very serious entrepreneurs to still feel connected to me. So we're launching classes. And the first class I'm going to launch is a music marketing class. I still haven't decided on the title yet, but I'm literally giving you the whole sauce. Like, I'm giving you everything that I did. I'm talking like, my whole social media marketing strategy, my Instagram, YouTube strategy, my email strategy, my live streaming strategy. I'm going to give you how I got my first 1 million streams on Spotify, how I sustained it. I give you exactly how I charted number one on iTunes with no label, with no crazy press or nothing like that, like it was just me. Like, I give you everything, the behind the scenes, what links you need to have, what you need to buy, what you need to, like, every single thing. Why I picked the logo I picked, why I picked the colors I picked, why I did this. Like, everything is in this class. It's the most well thought out and revealing and exposing music marketing class there is. I done took a lot of them. I done been around. I talked to a lot of people. There's stuff in there that I even heard people talk about in entrepreneur classes that I'm giving you, like how to set up your LLC and have an EIN. I'm gonna just give y'all one of the things like a virtual address. People don't understand the importance of having a virtual address, especially as your brand starts getting bigger. And that's something I never really heard nobody talk about. I had to learn that on my own. So I give you all this stuff inside the class, man, and it's gonna be 2G. But the reason, and people are like, why is it 2G? Because I give you 6 years of experience and I crunch it into 6 weeks. All the no's, all the rejection, all the laughing, all the people flaking, not showing up, all the people denying me access, all the gatekeepers not returning my emails and phone calls, all the trial and error. I eliminate all that for you so you can get it done in 6 weeks. Man, you're going to spend way more than 2G trying to do it on your own. And I ain't saying that you can't, because I did on my own. But if you're looking for a way to cut out all the ridiculousness for all my artists out there, if you're looking for a way to like EQ this music marketing thing, then you got to sign up for the class, bro. I'm telling you, that class is going to change some lives. It's absolutely going to change some lives. So hopefully by April, man, we'll have it out. But definitely within the next 6 to 8 weeks, man, that thing going to be live.
Very, 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 very powerful. I'm telling you right now, you let me know when it's out. We're definitely going to pub it. Hell, I'm going to probably be a part of it. Hey, listen, everything that Dorian's talking about, it works. How do I know it worked? How does he know it works? He did it on himself first. See, that's key. A lot of people get out and they get to doing some things and they'll tell you how to go do it, but they never did it or they never done it or they didn't make any money off of it. Dorian is a prime example, and he's showing you that he can do it. He did it with his own career. But you yourself, man, you have a passion for giving, you know what I mean? Passion for giving knowledge, your services, just giving your blueprint, man. And I love that about you. But this is Money Cash Goals. And I know you probably, you already done dropped a lot on us, but, you know, we all about getting started. So here at Money Cash Goals, we all about getting started and getting started today. Can you tell someone or somebody how they can today get started making money in your industry right now?
Yeah. So, I don't mean to like exclude anybody, but I want people to just really realize, like, I'm black. And so, 5, 6 generations ago, like my ancestors, I mean, they couldn't even read. They weren't allowed to live certain places, weren't allowed to eat certain places. The fact that they even made $10 in a week being in the field all day for 12 hours a day, was like a great thing for them. And then every generation has got a little bit better. But even my parents, they didn't go to college. Like they grew up on food stamps and all that. And so, you know, the fact that we're living in this world where I'm in Houston, Texas right now, you in a different location. I'm using my AirPods, these wireless ear pluggers. If I had to explain this to like my great grandfather, I'm using these wireless ear things to talk to my homeboy I met in college on a device that also tells the time, that also plays music, that also plays movies, that also keeps notes, that also gets me paid. And all I got to do every single day is stand in front of a camera and tell people what's on my mind. We're living in the best era in the history of entrepreneurship. It has never been easier to make money sitting down. I'm going to be completely transparent, McQuaver. Since we've been on this interview, I've made $1,200. I've gotten the notification from. I'm not even running no. I'm not even running no ads. I'm not running no ads right now. This is purely off of my social media content, connecting with people, and it's moving on its own on YouTube and on Instagram, and they're going to my website and they're buying. We've been on here for 30 minutes. My ancestors could have never imagined making $1,200, sitting their ass on the couch talking about their story. Like, I don't know what else y'all need to do because it's never going to get any easier. The only way it's going to get easier is with AR, with artificial intelligence, and with voice. But once that gets here, that's a whole new ball game that we got to learn. Because like I talked about earlier in the interview, we're behind. So we're behind on that too. So there's going to be a jump that we're going to have to wait to catch up on. Some of us are there, but not all. So if you on Instagram every day looking, you need to be on Instagram every day posting. You on YouTube every day looking, you need to be on YouTube every day posting. It does not take much effort to post 3 times, 4 times a week on YouTube. I post every day. And to get your videos monetized and you start making forever money. You know, like the past, I think last month was a slow month because of COVID. And, you know, I'm in Houston, we had a power grid. But even in my slowest month, YouTube videos that I didn't really do nothing but just post and then go away, I made like $2,400. The 3 months before that, we made $8,000 each month off of YouTube. And this month we're on pace to get back to that because I've been posting a lot more. It's never been easier to make money from your thoughts and from your words. I don't know what else y'all need to do. Just waking up and going somewhere you don't like with people you don't like and dealing and doing something you don't like for money that ain't even enough to cover your bills. That don't make no sense to me. So if that ain't enough for you to get started, man, then you know what? This is thanks to you. But it ain't getting no easier.
Man, this man just told y'all to go ahead and figure out what you know and let people know it. That's it. Go out and network. You got the internet. You can network. It's simple. It's not that hard. Hey, man, I'm following your footsteps with that, man. I love what you're doing. I love what you've given. You drop straight jewels on us, coming straight fire, making money while we talking, laying on the couch. How better can it get? You know, talking to some, old school buddies from back in the day, can reminisce, man. I love it. I love what you're doing. I love your team. I love your videos. I love your music, man. Listen, True Support is hot, by the way. Let's not sleep. Don't sleep on it now. Don't sleep on True Support.
Don't sleep.
Nigga, don't sleep. And I'm not even gonna lie, I love how transparent you are, and I love how authentic you are, man. You're not faking it for anybody. And if anyone knows, that's where you really get into your greatness, into your mode, and love what you do, man. You got anything else? Please let the people know how they can get to you online, your tags, all that good stuff.
I mean, I got some more tips, man. So I don't want to cut off early, but I got.
Oh no,
tips,
hey, you got the floor. You got the floor. It's all day.
Now, for real, because most people are like, okay, how do I get started with social media? You know, even if you're a musician, everybody listens to music, but everybody ain't gonna listen to your music. That's just how it is. But there is something that all of us nerd out about, right? Like for me, I was a basketball nerd. Like you can tell them when it came to stats, plays. Like I was a basketball nerd.
Facts.
I was in like the entrepreneurship. I ended up becoming like a nerd with that. So what I would do is because I'm a nerd with that stuff, I'm naturally attracted to that stuff. Like I would look at it on social media, and so my algorithm and my explore pages started reflecting of the things that I was a nerd about. and I would see these topics, and I would go in there, and I would just start having these nerd conversations with these other basketball nerds, with these other business nerds. And what I started seeing was like, if you go in there and you have an intelligent conversation about that topic, and they see that you one of them, you a nerd like them, that makes them come to your page. They started clicking, they started following. And I realized like that is how you build a brand. That's how you start off. If you're into art, if you're into shoelaces, if you're into some nails, some hair, lashes, porn, if you whatever it is that you learn about, that community exists on the internet. And they might not be on Instagram and YouTube. They might be on Reddit. They might be on TikTok. Since you're the nerd of that topic, you know where they exist, and you know how they think, and you know what they like. Go in there and start having conversations with them, man. So people can feel connected. They can feel like they belong to you. And then they're going to click on your profile out of curiosity. And if you got your links right there, and if you're getting value, that's going to make them follow you. And now they feel some sort of connection with you because you are a nerd just like them. So now they want to go listen to your music with a positive attitude. Because they know that you are into making coasters the same way that they're into making posters. So now they're going to listen to your song, not as a dude that spammed me in his DMs, in my DMs, but as a dude that knows how to make coasters like I do. He appreciates the craftsmanship of a really good coaster, so let me listen to his song and let me share it to my story. That's all it is. And when you keep doing that, you start learning your audience because you are your audience. I'm my audience. I'm an independent music business entrepreneur, basketball fan who wants to protect his family. So I know like 70% of my audience, I know what they like, I know what they don't like, I know what turns them on, I know what pisses them off, I know the political views, I know the finance, I know everything. So I'm able to put that stuff into my content without even trying because it's naturally me, and every single day I'm connected with them. We all have that superpower. Use your superpower, whatever that you're into, find that community, build a brand within it, and I'm telling you, they'll support you in whatever you do.
What do you say to the person that, you say, find your superpower, go with your superpower? It's a lot of people that don't even know they have superpowers, that's never heard that there's reservoirs of talent inside. People haven't heard that before, and they like, man, what can I do? What can I do? What do you say to people that come with you for consultation that say, man, I'm just trying to figure out what to do? How do I find that?
Well, most people that come to me want to get into music, but going back to what you're saying about the superpowers, right? The algorithm is going to expose you to what you're into. But, even if you are the most insecure, negative person, someone has given you a compliment in your life that didn't know you, right? And if it's outside of the physical, which for a lot of people, that's a superpower, how they look, but there's something that you are good at that other people can't do, and it might be something as simple as like, you might be a really, really good typer. Like you might type really fast, and there's still a community out there that respects that. It might not be as big as it was in the 90s, but it's still there. There is something that when you are bored, when you are tired, or when you're excited, or when you have some free time, or when you need some peace, you go and do. Some people are like, well, I just smoke weed. Cannabis is massive. Massive. There's a whole bunch of people that smoke weed, and you ain't talking about it. Well, I go jack off. Once again, a massive thing that a lot of people do. What I'm saying? Like, whatever it is that you are extremely passionate about, not even extreme, I shouldn't say that. Whatever it is that you gravitate towards, whatever your gravitational pull goes to on a daily basis, video games, Monopoly, whatever it is, there are other people that are doing that too. And just go find them on the internet. You probably already exist, and just start contributing to the conversation.
This is straight heat. If you are not taking notes, you better take notes or you're going to have to rewind it when it drops. Seriously, brother, man, I appreciate everything that you're doing. You are giving it to us, man. You are giving it to us. I cannot wait for that course. And I can't listen. I'm going to tell you the truth. I was hitting you that. I'm like, man, I need to how can I get on with Group 82? I need some help with their team. Like his videos is nice, I'm on, you ain't no Puffy over there, ain't Sugar thought him. No, you tired of boys dancing in your videos. But man, y'all got it together over there, because I'm gonna get into getting some clips and tips and things out there But right now we starting definitely with this right here. And a lot of people have been happy with what we're doing, and we're straight giving heat. What you're doing, that's what Money Cash Goals is all about. You know, helping the people move forward and letting them know from experts exactly what they did and exactly what they can do. For a lot of people that think there's nothing they can do. You got anything else for us?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think with what y'all doing is awesome, man. I know this is the audio. I couldn't do the video right now, but even with this, like take this, like we talked for almost 45 minutes. So take this, you got the long form content. That's the 45 minutes. You can post that, whatever. But I would take the micro content, right? For the 45 minutes, I probably have tangents of like 30, 45 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, while I really gave some stuff. You know, make lyric videos of that. Like have the subtitles and just, you know, it could be a picture of me and you, or it could be something totally different if you want to dress it up. And so now you have this long form content of 45 minutes. You can probably get another 10 to 15 pieces of content out of that, you know, and that allows you 10 days to post, 15 days to post. And that's what I do, right? I take my podcast, I take interviews, I take whatever, and I just chop it up. And that way I have a lot more things to post as opposed to working every day. So all this stuff, man, it's about working efficiently. You know, if anybody needs help, group82music.com, group82media.com, all my social media at Dorian Group82. You can find me on there, type me in. You know what I mean? Shoot an email if you're really serious. I used to say send me a DM, but, you know, DM's starting to get crazy. But shoot me an email, man. We always down to work with serious people.
Man, amazing, amazing. We have had Dorian, Alton Dorian Clark. Man, from Indiana to superstar, all the way through, man. You're a superstar, man. You can catch him on your screen, on all your mobile devices, on any of them. Check him out, and he's giving you jewels, straight fire, flame. It doesn't matter if you're just starting or you've been in the game. There's always something to learn. And like I said, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, and I look and I wish nothing but more success on you and the family. Shout out to your wife and the baby, all that, and everybody that's on there. I got an email. Look, it's so crazy when you get with people, right? I'm sitting there, and Melody got the email back, and she's like, "Oh, it was Chris Rice." I was like, "Man, I used to live with that man. You know, you keeping it close knit, right? Chris Rice." And I'm like, "Man, I used to live with him." Getting the email from him, and y'all making money, and y'all making real moves, and y'all making an impact on people and an impact on the world, man. I love it. Like I said, I can't say that enough. I love it, and I appreciate your time, man. You big time, brother. You are big time.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you for all your support, man. Because you know, back home, boys be hating, especially if you came from where they came from, you know. So, man, I love doing this, man. Whenever you want to have me on here, whenever, you know what I mean? Let me know.
So we definitely going to lock in and do some work together. This has been Money Cash Goals. I am Lemont Walker, where we seek out expert advice and strategies on how to make money and spend cash to accomplish our goals. We have been sponsored by Baxbill Studios. Money Cash Goals. We out. Thanks, brother. This is Lemont again with the MCG team. Our specialty is showing people how to make money in real estate with little to no experience or license. If you're interested, email us at solutions@baxbill.com to get started today. We encourage everyone listening to join the MCG team for free business tips and tools by going to moneycashgoals.club. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with anyone that you think will benefit from it. The links are in the description. Remember, let's be free, financially, healthily, mentally, spiritually, all 4 seasons as one free up season. Be great.
My mind been gone for a long time. Been busy out trying to get bread. Boy, putting in work for a long time. While I'm out back in here, I done reached my limit of the bullshit. Needed 40 acres in a cool whip. Get it? Smooth clap with a cool kick. Yeah, I do's this. Yeah, I rules this. Like Cap ain't moving. Till the Cap start moving. I ain't losing. Nah, better put some respect on my name. The remix is never the same. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game.
Money, cash, goals. 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 Money, cash, goals.
Man, for real, nah, man. 98, 99, 2000 era, man, we was on some money cash holes, really thinking that's what it's all about. And now we know in 2021 you gotta have goals and ready to accomplish them in a way that find out how to. We on money cash goals, man. For real, that's what we on.
Money, cash, goals, the only life that I know. Been told through multiple flows, creating multiple shows, multiple lives, the life that I live. Money is the cash on hand, cash be the bands, goals be the shit. Next level grit on the shit, get your piece of land. When you come through, and the sky is a sunroof, and the water is so blue. You and the wife in the sand doing 1-2. My life, yeah, I love you. Life's great, go play, we straight. On time, always early, never been late. Never diamonds, only jewels, strip gold. Money, cash, execute the goal.
Money, cash, goals. Money, cash, goals. Money, cash, goals. Money, cash, goals. Money, cash, goals.